it's your turn to...
Oh, is it for me?
Consider yourself fired.
Why are you winking at me?
Consider yourself fired.
Hello, and welcome to the JT and Drew Show. I'm JT.
And I'm Drew.
And we're two nobodies talking about nothing.
Consider yourself fired.
Hey, bud. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back.
Well, thank you for having me back. It's honestly, it's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to have me on here as well. Hey, I have got something for you that is a little different for our audience. But it is a reaction podcast.
Oh, reaction podcast. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm kind of diving into it quickly because we've got other things that we want to record, and I kind of just want to get this out there and kind of hit on it for our audience. This is a video that went viral about 5 days ago. We're kind of late to the party here, like usual, fashionably on time. But Oliver Anthony, have you heard of the guy?
Name sounds familiar if he's the guy I'm thinking of.
Yeah, well, if you haven't heard of Oliver Anthony, he is a country music star or a country music artist, which is not my genre, but I was listening to, and yes, sometimes I do have time to listen to other podcasts, but I was listening to Dan Bongino.
Oh, okay, yeah, I like Dan.
Yeah, so he was having this song played on his podcast right in the beginning, and it just kind of caught my ear, and I went and I actually listened to his song. Now, we're not going to play it on this podcast. Sorry, folks, don't want to get your hopes up, but we don't have permission from the artist to do that, but I do have the lyrics here, and I kind of wanted to go over that.
Can we say we've obviously identified the artist? What is the name of the song?
Yeah, I'm getting there. There. Yeah. So I have the song. The name of the song is Richmond, North of Richmond. So Richmond, North of Richmond. Now, do you know what is north of Richmond?
Canada.
Yeah, technically you're right. No, we're talking Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, Washington.
Correct. Ding, ding,
D.C.
Ding, ding. Yep, Washington, D.C. is north of Richmond, Virginia. And in this song that he has, and I'm going to go over some of the lyrics. In the intro, I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, which right there just hits. If you haven't heard, like, I'm not doing this song any justice, but if you hear the way he sings it and his voice is just absolutely amazing.
There's a lot of soul behind it. You can tell it's not just regurgitating lyrics for this guy. He's pouring it all out.
Yeah, he really is. But the one part that really got me to kind of perk up my ears is this second verse of this song. I wish politicians would look out for minors, not just minors on an island somewhere. He goes on to say, we've got folks in the streets that ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare.
I'm not milking welfare.
Well, I'm not either, and I'm kind of obese myself. But, again, in the second verse, he goes on, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to be paid for your bags of fudge rounds.
Absolutely correct.
100%. Yeah. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet into the ground because all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth.
There's a lot of truth. That second verse comes up real quick, and once you hear it, the way he sings it, you have to pause. And it's a lot to soak in on what he says. I'm not going to give away the whole song. I just wanted to go over the intro in the second verse, which is just powerful. The way he comes at this. Again, you've got to listen to the song. But I was going over and listening to a bunch of reviewers, people reviewing the song for the first time, and I'm not going to lie, I spent all day doing this.
Oh, wow.
Which there was a abundance of people who reviewed the songs and of many colors.
Yeah.
If I can bring that into the subject. White, black, Mexican. I didn't see any Asians or anything like that, which, okay, not a big problem. Every single reviewer that I watched paused the video in the very first part of the song, maybe anywhere between 10 to 19 seconds in, because it just starts out like boom.
Oh yeah, he doesn't waste any time.
Oh no. Unlike you in intros.
Yeah. Can I say something real quick though?
Of course you can.
So in the intro, as you were reading the lyrics, it reminded me just about a week ago, you and I were at lunch, and we were sitting there talking and just talking about anything and everything as we do. And so the lyrics here say, "So I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away." We were just talking about that to a degree.
Yeah.
You know, where are we at in this particular stage in life? Where do we want to be? Where did we think we would be? Where do we want to go? And all that, you know, instead of, going to the mundane 9 to 5, working for the man, paying our taxes, barely scraping by, sometimes not scraping by.
Yeah.
And for what? You know, not that you should just be constantly, you know, chasing happiness or anything like that, but I feel like we're meant for more than where we're currently at. And this song really hit home for me as I've been reading these lyrics and listening to it as well.
Yeah, no, it really does. And the best part about it is it's hitting every single person that's reviewing this song the exact same way as these lyrics are affecting you right now. In fact, there was a gentleman, and I can't remember his channel name. I wish I could. But he got emotional on this. He was a welder. And he was talking about how, you know, exactly what you just said. It's a 9 to 5. It's, you know, he's working 12 hours a day. He's not getting any pay because at the end of the year, he's put in a higher bracket for taxes, and they take it all away anyways.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a lot of these people don't understand because, again, they're not doing their research. You and I did this just this last tax season, trying to figure out what brackets we're in, what are all the different levels, how much, you know, what rate or percentage are you being taxed at and all that. And, you know, you constantly hear in the media that the wealthy need to pay their fair share, and they're not paying their fair share. And if they would just pay their fair share, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
They are. It's happening. I guarantee you, more money, taxable income is coming out of their pockets than there are yours or mine.
Yeah.
So it's a struggle all the way across the board. Now, what they do in investments and all this other stuff, okay, that's different. But there are a lot of people feeling this. It's not just, the guy at Walmart making $10 an hour.
No, and all he's doing is stocking shelves. Yeah, you're right. It's not him. It's everybody. It's 90% of the country. And I'm so thankful that someone had the goals to come out and put it in a song, because music has no boundaries, right? Music affects everybody. So it doesn't matter what color skin you are, what genre of music you listen to. Again, I'm not a fan of country music, but this one resonated to me.
Yeah. It's powerful.
It really is.
Music is or can be, another language. It's a form of expression.
Yeah, it's an art form, and this guy painted his canvas very well.
Sure did.
So, you folks got to go out there. You've got to listen to him, support this guy. I know we don't have much of a follower state, but we do appreciate anybody and everybody who does listen to this and give this song a listen to. You might have the same reaction that we do. You might have the same reaction as other people who have reviewed this song has. One last thing I would like to say is some people are saying that this is the common man's anthem. They're going out and saying that this is maybe one of the best songs that's ever come out in 2023. Now, granted, that's other people's opinion. I would have to agree with it because it resonates so well with so many people who are hurting, like you, like me, like everybody else. So now our next question should be, what do we do next? What's our next step? How do we fix this?
Yeah, definitely. One of the, I don't want to say it's one of the best ways, but one of the ways moving forward is definitely by going to the polls.
Yeah.
Listening to the candidates that are running, what they're running on and for, and making your voice heard through your votes with whoever you politically align with.
Let me stop you there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not just that, but we have to start holding these people accountable.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we've seen politicians time after time, whether it's on the city level, state level, federal level, government, whatever, where, everything sounds great, and yeah, I'll vote for this guy or this gal, and they get into office and, we're still waiting for what you promised you were going to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And nothing happens. So definitely there needs to be accountability across the board. Like I said, from the top down to the bottom. But again, this song, Rich Men North of Richmond by Oliver Anthony. Like JT said, go ahead and look it up. Give the guy a like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. And let us know what you think about it.
Yeah. Actually, I'll do one a little better. I will put the link in the description section below on this podcast. If you're listening to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, I believe it is. Any platform that you're listening on, go to the description section, see if you can find it. If you do not see it, let me know so I can make sure that gets updated. And then if you're listening to us on YouTube, we really appreciate it. But it will also be in the description section there as well.
Perfect.
So, hey, it's great seeing you. Let's get back to the show.
Awesome.
Bye. Bye. As always, we'd like to say thank you for stopping by and listening to the podcast.
Yeah, we realized that you could have been doing anything way more productive, but you chose to waste your time with us.
We look forward to talking about absolutely nothing with you next time.
If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please email us at
jtandrewshow@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/jtdrewshow.